Today's notes are all about translating words into mathematical expressions. So what you need is to get ready with your supplies. Make sure you have these notes. If you don't have them on paper, you can print them using the link, or you can pause this video and copy these down into your notebook. The other thing you want to have is some colors and a pencil. So I'm going to use a black pen instead of a pencil so it shows up. And then I want you to pick 5 different colors for our notes today. I am using red, yellow, green, blue, and purple if you'd like to match me. Otherwise, you can substitute any 5 colors of your own choice. So pause this video, make sure you're ready, and then push play when you're ready to go. I'm going to start with red. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in and really take a look at some different mathematical words that happen a lot in real life. So our chart is organized with an operation over here. In this case, we're starting with addition. That tends to be the easiest one to start with. Then we're going to explore some word phrases that mean addition. And then we're going to show some ways to show addition using numbers, letters, and math symbols. These are called expressions. Okay, so I took a look at a bunch of ways we can show addition using words. There is no possible way to put all of the words in real life that mean to add. I just tried to pick some of the most popular ones that we see often. So what I want us to do is I want you to take your colored pencil and I just want to make this addition box look red. If you're someone who really, really likes your colors to be perfect, feel free to take your time on this. I just want it to look red just for my eyeballs. Okay, the next thing I want us to do is we're going to read each word phrase and underline the word or words that mean add or addition. So a number plus 10. So that word plus is a clue that we're adding. The next one, 10 more than a number. More than often means that we're adding. The sum of a number and 10. The word sum means addition. The total of 10 and a number. Total usually means addition. 10 increased by a number. When we increase by, we're usually adding. And then 10 added to a number. This one's the easiest one because it really almost has the word addition hidden in that word add. Okay, so these are some ways that we might hear or read words that mean adding. And here are some ways to show that with an expression. Now, I want you to notice that when we just see something like a number, we're going to replace that with a letter. Letters are called variables, and that means we can change that number to whatever we want. So in this case, instead of a number, they chose the letter C. Then it said plus, so they have a plus sign, and then the number 10 comes after 10. Okay, 10 more than a number. So we connected the 10 with more than, so we have our plus 10 over here, and then a number, X. Okay, the sum of a number and 10. So G is our number plus 10. The total of 10 and a number. So we have 10 plus our mystery number Y. Remember, we can pick any letter unless they tell us which one to use. 10 increased by a number. So we're starting with 10. We're increasing or adding a mystery number R. And 10 added to a number. We have our mystery number S plus 10. Okay, I want you to also make a little note off to the side. And I'm going to kind of hold my pen sideways. And I'm going to write, we can add in any order. So if you think back to when you were learning how to add, 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2. So when we're adding, we can add things in any order. Let's do the same thing for some subtraction examples. So I'm going to slide this up. And now we're going to look at subtraction. So I'm going to make this yellow on my notes. Okay. Now, 7 minus a number. That word minus is a really good clue that we're subtracting. Okay, and we would show this as 7, a minus sign, and then a mystery number, we chose the letter H. Okay, 7 less than a number. So less than is our clue that it's subtraction. And it's 7 less. We're going to connect those, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So here's our mystery number. And to show 7 less, we show minus 7. Okay. The difference is the answer in a subtraction problem. So the difference of a number and 7, so here's our number, W, minus 7. 7 decreased by a number. So here's our 7. We decreased it. We decreased it by a mystery number P. And 7 subtracted from a number. So we start with our number, then we're subtracting 7 from that. Now, off to the right, I want us to write that order matters in subtraction. Order matters. Okay, and the reason order matters is if you think about this in a real life problem, if I've got a certain amount of cupcakes and then I subtract some because I ate them, okay, I can't just start with a magical number. I have to start with what cupcakes are sitting on my counter. So if I've got 10 cupcakes and I eat 3, 10 minus 3 shows that. I can't do 3 minus 10 because 3 isn't what I'm starting with. So in subtraction, order matters. Let's try this for multiplying, and I'm going to use green. So here's multiplication. Now, 9 times a number, times means multiply. The product of, so product and of might mean multiply. 1/2 of a number, so sometimes just the word of might mean that we're multiplying. And a number multiplied by 9. Now I want to show you a bunch of different ways to multiply. So up top, the only way to add is using a plus sign. The only way to subtract is using a subtraction sign. But multiplication can be shown in 4 different ways. I want you to put 4 stars just so we remember all 4 of these ways are correct. So in multiplication, we might stick a number right next to a letter, and that means we multiply. The way I think about it is we mash them together. Mash, multiply. Okay, and because it's math, we always put the number first. Next, we can use parentheses to separate things, but we still mash them together, and that means multiply, 9 times L. We probably recognize this. The multiplication sign sometimes looks like a little X, and the last one would be a multiplications dot. Now, we can multiply in any order. So off to the side, I want to write any order. Okay? The only exception to that is when we mash things together, we always want the number first, but we'll practice that. Okay, our last one is division. Before we do some mixed operations, let's make division blue. Okay. We might read quotient. The quotient of a number in 3 means to divide. Or we might read divided by. The other word that I want you to put down here, just write it, and that's the word share. Okay, anything where we're sharing something. We might cut something into the same size pieces. All of that means to divide. Now there's 2 ways to write division, so I want to put some stars over here. You're probably used to the division sign already, but we also know that a line, that fraction line, also means to divide because fractions are just dividing things into pieces. Now off to the side, I want you to write that order matters. Order matters. Okay, and we know this because if I'm taking my kitchen example again, let's say I have a cake and I'm cutting it into 4 pieces. We need to start with cake and divide by 4. We're not starting with 4 because I only have 1 cake and dividing. I have to start with the cake and then divide by 4. So order matters in division. The last group is just showing us that we can actually mix all these together. So I'm going to make this purple. So mixed operations can be happening all at the same time. So for example, 10 less, so 10 less is where we get this minus 10 over here. 10 less than the product, and product means multiply. So here we're multiplying 4 and a number. So this sentence actually gave us 2 pieces of math happening. So my expression had both of those. Let's try the next one. 8 times, so here's our 8 stuck together, means times. The sum, so we're adding a number and 2, so Q plus 2. Okay, we'll practice more of these, but remember, we can mix these. We can have a lot of operations happening at once. So I'm going to zoom back out, and we're going to move over to this practice sheet. So now you have this color-coded sheet that can really help you if these ideas are new to you. So it says, connect each word phrase with the matching expression. So I'm going to grab my regular pencil for this. I'm going to show you how I mark up the words and how that helps me find the math expression. So I'm going to go over here. So it says 6 less. I'm going to circle that all together. And on top of that, I'm going to write what that means in math. 6 less, that means a -6 is happening. Okay, now this doesn't help me yet because I see a -6 here, I see a -6 here, so I haven't narrowed it down to my answer until I keep reading. 6 less than a number b, so I'm going to underline that, we have a b, cubed, and if you remember, cubed means to the 3rd power, so that means I'm matching it here. So because I kept reading, I was able to match it with the b cubed, or b to the 3rd power. Let's try the same concept with some more. Okay, triple. I'm going to circle that. I know math is happening. I don't see the word triple in my list, but if I'm tripling something like a recipe, it means I'm making 3 of them. So that means I am multiplying by 3. So I'm just going to jot that down. I need to find something where we're multiplying by 3. Now I see 2 3s down here and they're stuck together. So that means multiply. So it's got to be one of these. Let's keep reading. Triple the sum means addition, of b and 1. So I'm adding b and 1. So that means it must be this option. Here's my triple, or my 3 times. I saw the sum of b and 1, so I added b and 1. Let's try it again. 6 times. So that means I'm doing times 6. In this case, I showed it with a multiplication dot. You can show it any way you want, but that might be in a different way. Okay, so times 6. I see a times 6 up here because they're matched together. I see a times 6 down here because they're stuck together. Let's keep reading. The sum, if you remember, sum means addition. I need a sum of b and 8. So let's find, okay. Now this one is tricky, because up here I see a b plus 8, and down here I see a b plus 8. However, this 6 is only stuck to the b. But over here it tells me 6 times the sum, and I know the sum is an answer to an addition. So we've got to keep this addition happening together. We're going to get the sum, then we can do 6 times. So this is matched to this top option. We have to find the sum first, see our parentheses, then we can do 6 times. Okay, let's try this. 6 less. Well, I know that's a -6, and I should see a b. Here it is, b minus 6. Okay, let's try this one. 14 more. More means plus. Plus 14. I already see my answer, but I'm going to keep going. The number b. So here it is, b plus 14. Okay, here we have 3 times. So here's our times 3. Now we see the sum, so that's an addition problem, of b and 15 now. Because it said sum, remember, we got to find that sum first. Okay, so let's find the sum. Here we go, b plus 15 first, then we do 3 times. There we go. Now, here is the sum of 6 times a number. See how the 6 and the number b are together? So we're going to have a 6 times a b. And there's where our plus sign would be. We have the number 8. So we have the 6 stuck together with a b plus, or and, 8. That's how we get this final option. As usual, please feel free to pause, rewind this, watch this as many times as you'd like before you're ready to practice these on your own.